Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a guest.
Right, the staple.
So today we'll be reacting to George Carlin performance on Religion is Bullshit. Wow. So without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah.
But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I gotta tell you the truth, folks. I gotta tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you. He loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit. But, thank you very much. But I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the...
Okay, wow, this is actually it's a big topic, okay?
Yeah.
It's a topic I never wish to, touch, but we've started this video. Yeah. Anyway, I feel it all depends on your mindset, you see. Yeah. Religion is there. No one is forcing you to believe. So if you choose to believe, it's your choice. You see, I see it as, when I was growing up, I went to this boarding school where there are rules, okay, you have to follow. If you follow the rules, you don't have to be punished. And if you don't follow the rules, you'll be punished. But that does not mean those people punishing you hate you. They just want you to adhere to those rules. So that's it. Because assuming there's no religion, I think the world would have been in a, messed up place. Because, religion kind of put us in check.
Straightens the path. But I feel like if you don't want to believe in it, why drag others with you?
I'm telling you.
Because you see others cheering, clapping, meaning that people are people are buying what he's saying.
That's true.
If you don't believe, but don't drag others with you.
So guys, let's continue.
Resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this. If there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight, you can't see the sun at night. But first thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun, okay? Yeah. Unlike some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hadn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Know why? I wouldn't presume on our friendship. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. It's not nice, and it's no way to treat a friend. But people do pray, and they pray for a lot of different things. You know, your sister needs an operation on her crotch. Your brother was arrested for defecating in a mall. But most of all, you'd really like to fuck that hot little redhead down at the convenience store. You know, the one with the eye patch and the club foot, huh? Can you pray for that? I think you'd have to. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan?
Where I love his sincerity, you know, how sincere he is. He just letting us know, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to do. And I think along the line, he actually acknowledged something that I love so much. He said, it's not all prayer that God answers to, because, you know, you can ask for something and this same person don't want it. You see, you can ask for money. Before you get the money, someone else is supposed to give it to you, or it has to pass through process to get it. And this person that's supposed to give it to you, don't want to release that money because you need it for something else. So the way you're asking for something, that's the way someone is also asking for another thing. So it's if God decides to answer everybody's prayer, I don't think we'll be in this earth. Because
imagine the kind of things people are praying for.
I'm telling you, let's say your brother went to war and they kill him. Now you pray for the person that killed him to die. That person is also a father that the children are praying for to live long. So you see, so he can't answer everybody's prayer because he knows what you want, or he knows what will benefit you. It's just like a little child asking for favor, or the father to get him things. You know, the father already knows this is what you need, and these other things, they are not really necessary. So he provides the essential things for him.
Then the ones you want to come probably later when they feel like or something.
That's true. So let's continue.
And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine. But if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seemed like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just skip the praying part and go right to his will? It's all very confusing. So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But, as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. 2 reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't fuck around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with 1 visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now. And I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the 4-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The 3 Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've often always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay. All right? Tell you what. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See, nothing happened. Oh, wait, got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Did you hear the last line?
He said,
I don't know whether it was a slip of tongue or anything, but he said, God bless Joe Pesci.
I'm telling you. You know.
And then he went on to say, Joe bless, like, God bless Joe Pesci, and then Joe bless, like, how does it correlate?
You know, at the end of the day, no matter how you believe or you feel like God is not important or is not essential, you will still run back to him in one way or the other.
Eventually.
That's the truth.
Eventually.
That's my take, and I think it works because, you know, sometimes you feel like, because you've asked for something and he did not give it to you, so you're not going to worship him again. Mm-hmm. The thing is, even if you worship him or you don't worship him, it won't change a thing. He's still God. That's it. Just have your belief. Believe in him that he can do it. If he does it, then it was supposed to be. But, you know, sometimes I see people asking for things that I just feel they are not necessary of. You see, because we don't just, okay, some people, they go to bed and pray, they wake up the next day, which God grant that wish because they wake up the next day. But sometimes you ask for things that you can easily do yourself. You see, just like, okay, you need money or you need raise of this, or, you know, you want a new job. But you're lying
in bed every day.
If you put the work in, you will get what you want. Yeah. That's it. So you don't need to start praying for it. Okay, if God did not do this for me, do this for me. No, you have to pray, then work towards it.
Mm-hmm. But you can't just be laying in bed and expect a miracle. So maybe God will just play to your room and then drop money inside.
Well, it's on the Bible because I remember the story of Elisha. Was it Elisha also that manna came from heaven? Or he had God sent food for him through birds. So he can still do those miracles. But as at then, Jesus have not come. So you see, there was no grace. Now he has given us, a means to communicate with him. So now you have the power to do your work. Okay, go out and work and provide for yourself. Mm-hmm. If you feel you are sick, if there are medications that you take and you recover. Okay, even if some of them we've not discovered the medication yet for those sickness, but still, if it is His will for you to die, it will definitely happen because no one is going to escape death. No matter if it comes now or it comes later, eventually we'll all leave this planet. So if yours decide to come now or mine decide to come now, I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah.
If you decide to come at my old age, it's still fine because we'll all go one day.
Yes. One day, everyone will go according to your time. It will not be the same though, but then according to, it's true. Well, but I feel like this whole thing is like scripted.
He's just making his money, so.
Yeah, I feel like it's scripted. Honestly, from when he started, and even the last line just gave him in. Yeah. God bless Joe Pesci.
I also feel he's from a Christian home, you see.
Yes.
Because there are so many things. They said old habits die hard. Mm-hmm. You're already saying it a couple of times. Just like the way I hear Americans saying is God bless America, God bless America. So it's already part of them. So you find it difficult to
leave them.
Well, we are glad reacting to George and we want to check out more of his videos. So if you have any recommendation, let us know in the comment section. If this is your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and remember blessed.
Yeah.